Ground Zero is now the only place where a controversial mosque is planned. Pat Robertson's Christian Broadcasting Network points out that such mega mosques are going up all across America. Here is CBN's Eric Stakelbeck.
One mosque was recently shot down in nearby Staten Island, New York, but a large mosque is currently in the works in neighboring Brooklyn. In Sheboygan, Wisconsin, and Portland, Oregon, two multi-million-dollar mosque projects have been given the green light. Another opened last year outside Boston, and a $10 million complex opened in Atlanta in 2008. Meanwhile, neighbors are protesting a planned mosque in Southern California, and there are now plans to build the first ever Islamic center in Northern Kentucky.
Joining us now, our CBN News correspondent Eric Stakelbeck and radio host Ben Ferguson. Eric, so go ahead, take us through what you found, and so what? Go ahead, tell us why it's important to you.
Well, look, Eric, Ground Zero is just the tip of the iceberg. There are no less than 10 mega mosque projects coast to coast right now. And look, I was at the site of one of these proposed Islamic centers, and let's just lay all the cards on the table. When Mr. Hooper of CARE says that an Islamic center is different from a mosque, I've been in Islamic centers from coast to coast and overseas, Eric, and let me tell you something. The centerpiece of those centers is a large mosque. But what I saw in Tennessee, Murfreesboro, Tennessee of all places, this is, they call it the buckle of the Bible Belt, Eric, about 30 miles south of Nashville. The Islamic group there.
Well,
now, mind you,
Eric, allow me. I have a full screen, a board of the proposed site. Here's the Islamic Center. But we know, Guy, let me ask you, I'm sorry, Ben Ferguson, let's ask you about this additional area that looks like there could be, you know, multiple sizes of the original plan. It seems to be a lot bigger. Are there that many Muslims in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, that you need this much room?
No, I mean, look at the population there. You're talking a small community where the biggest thing they have to offer is a state school. You're talking a couple 100,000 people. But look at Oxford, Mississippi. There's a mosque there that you can't imagine how in the world the population down there where Ole Miss is could ever be used for this. Well, guess what? 8 years ago, Muslims started moving into Oxford. Now there's a very large Muslim community there. And I think that's what you see in Murfreesboro and other places is that people are worried that when they set up such huge complexes.
This really is ridiculous.
Hold on, let me finish.
Hold on.
Let me finish.
I want
It's
Mr. Hooper.
this kind of racism and bigotry that had the Cabby's throat slashed last yesterday.
You know what's so funny is I didn't say anything.
American Muslims are having Al-Qaeda training camps.
Again, you're hypersensitive. I said they built a huge mosque
when a guy
community, and you're
gets his throat
hypersensitive.
slashed.
What's wrong with that? They would agree with that.
What's wrong with
I take exception. I take exception to Hooperman. Hooperman, I take exception. I was a New York City detective. There's a lot of white cab drivers and black cab drivers that get their throat slashed every day.
They ask
So
them what their religion is before they slash their throat.
There's no evidence to that.
Go ahead, Mr. Hooper.
There's no evidence to that.
Come on,
the guy
Hooper.
said
You know
that's right. The guy has been charged with a hate crime.
The sky is falling, Mr. Oldman. The sky is falling.
So go ahead, Guy.
You know, it's absolutely unbelievable, the bigotry and hatred spewed by programs like this.
So stop. There's an accusation on the table that the program is being bigotry, I guess
You're
racist
talking
as well.
about
I'm simply
a mosque going
stating
into
what's
an
going
area
on.
and then Muslims moving as if that's some sinister thing.
Let me finish.
Hold on, guys.
Let me finish.
Ferguson, hold on
You're
one
talking
second.
like this is 1930s Nazi Germany.
Guys, stop. I want to go to my CBN reporter. Go ahead, Eric.
CBN Pat Robertson?
Yes.
Give
I
me
wanna
a
go to
break.
Ibrahim Hooper, Ibrahim, since we're having an open and honest discussion, why don't you share with the panel what you said in 1993 that you would like to see the United States of America become an Islamic state?
Nonsense.
Do you recognize Israel's right to exist? And what do you think of the Muslim Brotherhood, Ibrahim? And why was your group named an unindicted co-conspirator in the largest terror financing trial in U.S. history?
Pat Robertson
You're not a moderate,
says
my friend,
Islam
and everyone
is
knows
an
it.
evil faith that has to be destroyed, and
I'm
you
not
work
Pat
for
Robertson.
it.
I'm Eric Stakelbeck.
Hold on, guys.
It's
Hold on.
amazing to me.
Ben, go ahead.
You know, This
yeah,
is enough.
It's amazing
we
to me
really
how
had enough.
It's amazing to me.
We're not going to put up with this bigotry anymore.
Do you ever stop talking for a moment to
I
let
won't
the other
stop
side have a
talking
discussion?
when you guys are spewing this kind
all you
of
have
venom.
to offer is claim race on everything. It's a classic job that you do. When you cannot have an intelligent conversation with adults about this issue,
when I get
you throw the race card. So throw the race card. But I'd like to have a real conversation.
When I get mosques torched in Texas,
throw the race
when
card.
I get taxi drivers
throw
with their
the race
throats
card.
slashed, I'm going to keep
talking.
I'm going
Guys,
to talk
guys,
over bigots like you.
Fellas, we're actually what we're going to do is we're going to bring back this discussion. We're going to do something else. We're not. We're going to